Hey guys! Alright. Oh gosh, you don't understand how much I have been farming this game non-stop for 2 days. It's because I'm not. Every time. It's not that hard to figure out. But I want to take just the briefest of brief moments here to compare. Let me go to my last Pokemon Colosseum stream. Let's go pull up the channel here, turn off my audio. And I want to just, for pure comparison's sake, where was my last save? What was my last save time at? Playtime 11:15. I grinded for 9 hours since my last stream on Saturday. 3 days ago. 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago. It took me 9 hours of grinding. My Pokemon have gone up 15 levels. That's how the EXP in this game is. I grinded for 9 hours, and I managed to make it up 15 levels. It's because the best grinding in this game... Sorry, I need to lean over if I take a sip from my cup, because otherwise I'll actually dox myself a little bit. This is the best grinding in the game here, is at Mount Battle. 100 floors of just trainer fights. I went to the top and managed to get everyone to a clean 55-50 across the board. If anyone's curious about how that final Mount Battle fight went, what ended up happening with that one is I got to the last Pokemon on the last trainer and I just couldn't get through it. A Dragon Dance from that Gyarados in Earthquake. I had no chance. I really did get my shit wrecked in. I did get the time gear right. The time flute right next to the top, though, so. We have an extra time flute in case I want to send an extra shadow Pokemon to the to Pokemon Emerald in the future. Okay, so we're going to be going straight into the Mirror B fight. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll lead with this team. This team's actually very good for dealing with Ludicolo. Ludicolo has a high special defense, but they take neutral damage to the to electric. Okay, I'm leading off good. I'm leading off very good. I set my team up perfectly. I'm also 10 levels over levels for this. But it's not an exact... Like, this is not me over-preparing here. Yes, I'm going to be sweeping some of these early fights tonight. That's not going to be the case for the later fights. This is my compromise so that we're not having to split the stream into two, as I grinded past the early fights instead of play the early fights, grind again, play the later fights. Because that's what you kind of have to do if you want to do these fights at a reasonable level. The game just expects you to break from the story altogether and go grind even in the middle of a dungeon. But I shit you not, we will still be underleveled by the time we get to the actual final boss. I do have some news about stream plans for Wednesday, but I'm gonna hold off till people start, till I see at least one person roll in here. I can't remember what's actually on this side over here. I think it's just you have to go through all three sides, and then, yep. Second guy. This guy liked, this guy had Entei and, like, a bunch of ground types. We're gonna switch this up a little. I'll keep Hariyama here, but... Actually, no, I'll also try Hariyama for Pollens, or Passionate for Pollens. Our goal is to get through these as fast as possible, because there's a lot of fights on the back end. Like, this is... Yes, we're doing the boss rush now. We're going to be moving quickly through the... But it will slow down a little again as we get to the end. Yeah. Pokémon Colosseum is a very short game if you cut out the grinding, and I did all my grinding off stream. That said, it was 9 hours of grinding. Because while I do look like I'm over-leveled right now, it's not going to stay that way by the end of this stream. By the end of this stream, I anticipate being about 5 to 6 levels under-leveled. Because of how just rough this level curve is. Also, hi, Tacos! So, I got good news for the CL Roll Stream Wednesday. I'm not gonna have to be in the office the day that day unlike before, so I'm gonna move the stream up a little bit. I'm still trying to... I'm throwing it back and forth right now whether or not I want to move it up just like 30 minutes to my normal 7 start, or if I want to move it up even earlier and maybe try to get some extra playtime on the summer done. Like, maybe try... Because I think my goal for that stream is to basically do the CL rolls, and then I'm thinking about playing the whatever story drop comes out for that summer at that point. You didn't miss much talk, because it's only been 9 minutes. Didn't Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2 get some new DLC recently or something like that right before Because I know there's a Xenoverse 3 or something coming around. But my brother plays that game a lot, and I thought I heard about some new DLC. Not that that game doesn't have a shit ton of DLC to my understanding. Ah, okay. Yep. That's what I thought. Unfortunately, right now, even though I'm finally done farming this game, at least hopefully done farming this game. Unfortunately, that's turned into me going right into another set of farming, because I've started farming for mats for CL, because I am nowhere near having all of the mats I need for that. I'm probably not going to actually have them all done by the time CL comes around, because like I am only like if I do another round of farming, I'll probably get enough saber mats. I'm like what, 40 something mats off, about 40 something mats off from the assassin gems, and I haven't even started farming the flowers. Though I can make it outside. I only need the assassin gems, the saber gems, and the flowers though. So the very beginning of the farming and the very end of the farming. No, the very end of the skills tree. So if I can get my gold gems in order, I can at least take CL to like 10-8-8 or something like that. Which is kind of my goal. Kind of. And then I'm hoping that the difference between how many pure prisms I have for the last flowers I need can come just straight from the story in Ordeal Call 3. Because ideally, I'd like to have my CL usable earlier than later. But we'll see. That might be a little too tall of an ask right now on my account. Oh, hi. Ended after the first season pass, they kept getting support. School fishing the story. That is funny. Suffering from your own success, I guess. Dustox's bug poison. I could hit it with a gust, but that gust really is for emergencies only. Oh yeah, I also got 2 TMs. I grinded Mount Battle enough to get 2 TMs out of it. One for Ice Beam and one for Flamethrower. The real danger is if he throws out a Shadow Pokemon right now and I hit it with Psychic. No. I am going to move Suicune out of my front line, though. Maybe for like Gears 4 to 7. I'm happy for Dragon Ball fans, for sure. And I know that game really held strong for years. Like, I was surprised every time, like, oh, they got a new DLC. Oh, they got another new DLC. They got another one. And I thought it was all over when, like, you started seeing other Dragon Ball games come out. But no, that game just kept chugging. Oh, who's, oh. Shadow Delibird, huh? Oh, I could try to catch her. Actually, I think that Delibird's holding a Nevermelt Ice or something like that. I am actually missing a held item, I think. That I could have been really useful because I didn't catch a certain Shadow Pokemon. If I had caught, Shadow Meditite, who I think I've killed twice on accident. Once during my initial run through the Mirror B cave, and once when I was doing some farming in there. If I had caught that Meditite, I could get a Twisted Spoon, which would allow Espeon to hit a million times harder. Which could have actually made the difference in a few fights. I'm right there with you, Tacos. I'm sitting at like 1,225 or something like that. No, I'm actually going to have to decide, I think, once... Oh, wonderful. I'm actually going to have to decide if I do catch this Delibird and it has a Nevermelt Ice, because I'm pretty sure in the same dungeon I can get the Mystic Water, which I previously had to hold back from. So, if I want to use them... And they both go on the same on that Suicune. I can either make Suicune better at taking out flyers and dragons, or I can make him better at doing his primary role of just surf sweeping. Okay, I should not be having that hard of a time with this Delibird. Yeah, that CL stream is going to be fun, I think. I'm like, honestly, I kind of wish I could stream earlier in the day. Like, I hate, sometimes just hate that I have to actually work during the week. Work the day job, because it's like, it'd be so fun to do that midday. Shadow. Wow. Man, I got too used to not catching anything. Did I hit this on floor? I hit the jump up. I hit the jump up. Now, the real question is how many Summer Zoo Foos and Dobrynia Nikichich are we getting? Because I know I'm getting at least 5. That's just how that works. Then again, I did a full, like, I think I did a full 1,000 Saint Court drop on the banner that had Summer Aris, didn't I? That was... Yeah, it wasn't 1,000 Saint Courts, but it was my full Saint Courts drop was like over time across both banners, because I did like the full summer roll partway into the summer event. Yeah. So never mind. Maybe it's possible that I can get. I don't think I've ever dropped that many courts on the summer banners and failed to get that many of of the 5 or of the 4-star. With my summer plans, though, I am kind of giving up on getting MHXXA. Oh, I need to watch the 90s X-Men cartoon. I've never seen it, but I've heard great things about 97, and I refuse to watch it unless I've taken the time to go watch the original cartoon, because that original cartoon has been on my bucket list long before 97. Really? Are people mixed on it? I haven't kept up with how people are reacting to the new season. That looks like the way forward. And CL, but no other 4-star. Like get one, but not the other. That would be crazy. The 4th episode with this. Oh, so it's like season. It's not necessarily that season 2 has been bad. It's that season 1 had just such a really high that people aren't feeling it nearly as much this time around. It happens. Lots of shows have that issue. Ooh, am I about to get paralyzed on accident? Well, now you need to die. Damn. Sludge Bomb's actually very scary. I forgot that poison is a physical attack in this game. So whenever I see Espeon get hit with it, I'm like, oh, Espeon will be fine. Sludge Bomb, that shouldn't hurt Espeon too bad. Like, 3/4 of Espeon's health is gone. Oh, Espeon's just not going to get any more attacks off. That's horrifying. Paralyzed. God, that's pathetic. Okay. I actually really like that defeat animation. I don't think I've ever paid attention to Mr. Davis's defeat animation in this game. Oh my god! I landed it, finally! Wow. Well, I think it's about time I finish off that Blossom. Don't have to worry about the immobilized by love anymore. That's still a confusion and a paralysis at the same time, though. Nasty combination. Oh, nope, Miletic just knocked out Espeon anyways. Or not. I'm feeling that over level right now for the boss rush. Again, it's not going to be that bad by the end game. By the end game, this is the level I want to be at. But for the boss rush, yeah, this is kind of, I did kind of cheapen this part of the game a little bit. Which isn't that bad. This is just like one last chance for you to get all of the legendary beasts. Now Espeon's down. Oh, the surf splash effect? I didn't realize it was used in memes. I don't think I've heard it as often. Cheater. I say as someone that probably used a healing item against the next boss. You know, all you had to do for me to beat you guys is just not give me the blue badge. Like, if Mirror B had just run out without giving me the badge and didn't tell me that I needed it for the future, he could have left, and then the main character would not have been able to get to the final boss at all. Ah. We should only have one more boss of the boss rush left, and then there's the, there's sort of the last major guy, and then a bunch of, like, random like, I think there's 3 or 4 more random cypher fights, and then the actual Colosseum matches, which are where we're gonna start seeing levels go from 50 to 60 really fast. I didn't actually predict that Pelipper was going to be out. I just remembered something to the effect of this guy having flying types. You sure you don't want a Toxic Umbreon? That's actually a really bad idea. Oh, you have Lightning Rod. I mean, that's fine. Next round I'll just kill you both, but... Like, already you can see that the levels have popped all the way up to 50 here. And they're only gonna, like, get progressively higher and higher, Oh, I'm actually going to end up hitting it, but... Oh, no, I still got it with Bite. I guess turn order is decided at the start of the round. It doesn't shift if paralysis happens mid-round. Oh. I'm starting to see how this play works. I'm actually gonna pull Doomazid back because I'm predicting an earthquake. Exclusive in Japan. I'll have to take a look. You do you, Pelipper. Man, your toxics are just not landing today. Okay, sweet. Paralyze? No. Well, not the right one. Damn it. Will this bite be worth all the trouble it took me to get it? Like 20% worth it. Who are you trying to knock out then? It's fine. It's fine. Let's plot to Kedu. Flinched? Yep. See, that didn't change the course of the fight. They just made the fight more annoying. Because now we have to sit through another round of animations. Again! Didn't change anything. Like, you are going to die. There's nothing you can do about it. And you should have stopped trying to, like, stall this out a while ago. Okay. I'm not immediately going behind that door because there's actually one more boss fight before the... Oh! Actually, it's a good thing I need to go back anyways. That would be the Master Ball, I'm pretty sure. Okay, let's go back to Agate Village. Look, I do appreciate that the AI in this game is actually somewhat intelligent, and that they do try to use some strategies. Other times it's like, man, was that really worth trying at all? You didn't actually change the course of the fight with what you just did. In fact, you may have just screwed yourself trying to play too fancy. Now, sure, I am the king of trying to play too fancy and getting yourself screwed while playing a game, but it's like you don't see that necessarily with the AI of some of the better Pokemon trainers in the main series. Like, I don't ever get the idea Cynthia's trying to play too fancy and that's what gets her, what causes her to lose in fights. Sometimes that just happens with Colosseum's AI. Alright, time to go across the entire region. Mid-final boss. This isn't even me being funny this time. This is actually part of the story. Yeah, that is entirely. Just they made the AI focus on different things. The AI for Cynthia is just a little bit more basic in its strategy. But the that design focused more on the stats. Ooh. I am going to show off the I'm going to play with the Master Ball glitch at least once in this run. Partially because I'm not planning to use the Master Ball for every fight. I'm going to use it for the second to last Shadow Pokemon of this campaign. Because I don't feel like trying to catch that thing with a normal Pokeball. And then we're going to try catching the final Shadow Pokemon normally, assuming I'm not like completely backed against the wall. And if I'm not totally fucked, I plan to beat the game normally. And then I actually plan, if I go through with my plan of sending a bunch of things up, I'm gonna try sending the Master Ball up. Partially because eventually, one day, even if it's like 2 years from now, I plan to do a Pokemon Platinum run. And there's like 5 total of 5 different roaming encounters in that game, and I'm not dealing with that. Hot winds are a factor. Yeah, drive from one side of the Arizona to the other and hope the evil team is still waiting for you when you get back. I also want to adjust my team here before I open this door. Put Gawain up front. Passionlip is good, but Passionlip is best up front when I have, like, T.H.E up front. Because T.H.E can tank when something goes after it because of Passionlip's slow. Because how slow Passionlip is. and can make up for the lack of damage if I want to do setup. Dick. Oh, his name is Diog. Close enough. I feel like motorbiking across Arizona in the summer is probably a special kind of hell. That's a shadow Pokemon, isn't it? Yep. Alright, I have to be careful not to kill it. Although this is one of the less necessary Shadow Pokemon because it is just available in Emerald, Ruby, and Sapphire. Flying Ninja short enough between buildings. Alright, I'll check my first Ultra Ball even though I'm going to go for one more Swift. Had to make me waste one more. Now I have to go all the way back to heal again unless I want to go into the boss with one less Pokemon. I promise I'm very nostalgic for this game and I do have a lot of positive feelings about it. It's just got issues. Like, if I'm going rattling another issue off the top of my head, here's one. Why is it that the best EXP grinding area in the game doesn't actually give you any money? So, in a game where you're constantly eating through your money to buy more Pokeballs? Because, like, you have to catch the Pokemon as you see them. Otherwise, you actually have a chance of not having access to them until the end game, to post-game. So, with that in mind, getting the Pokemon, like being stocked on Pokeballs is not optional like it is the rest of the series once you have your team picked. So, if you're farming EXP separately than where you're farming, because you farm money in the Colosseums, you farm EXP at Mount Battle. It's not necessarily efficient to do either of those together, because the Colosseums, unless you're at a very specific level, their levels are largely locked. So you're either going to be too under-leveled at some points or too over-leveled at other points to farm the Colosseums for EXP. So it's easy enough to farm for money, not EXP. Mount Battle, you can farm at pretty much any level because you can go back and forth on the level you need. But you're always going to be short the money when you do Mount Battle. The game is intentionally designed to draw you out farming as long as possible. Like, for all I farmed EXP, I barely touched money. What email did I just get now? Okay, so that's what I got here. It's the snag list now should tell me ones I've missed, or right? Yeah. Man, I've already got most of them though. You can see the ones I missed. There's the meta type that actually has an item that would have been nice. I can also see which ones I've purified. Fun for the end game, but you can tell the game wants you at the end game to just spend their time farming. Man, did I not pick the right team for this fight. Okay, a Graveler's just gonna protect anyways. That's fine, you're probably the least useful Pokemon in this round. The only thing you could have done is maybe cleared out whatever his next Pokemon is. Man, I really hope you're targeting Dwayne. That was a sad focus punch. And now you're paralyzed. I never turn on my lights. Give me a second here while he's throwing these guys out. Okay, how many Pokemon do I have left? Okay, I'm gonna shift these two up front because they're a better duo than a lot of Pokemon. Can I heal up here? Like there's got to be a healing up here near the final boss somewhere. This game isn't that shameless to make me wander all the way back to the beginning of the dungeon with nothing different in between. Right before the final boss gauntlet, when there's a healing station in every other Colosseum entrance. Right? No, I'm not going to set a brain dance. This will be a really short fight. No, I guess this probably plays by Colosseum rules where it's going to heal me before the Colosseum fight, but I know there's actually a boss here. Okay. No, nothing. There's another trainer in here, but little last minute EXP. Frankly, if it weren't for the grinding you have to do in the late game, I probably could have actually finished this game last stream and just gone a little extra long. And not accounting for the fact that I actually needed to be somewhere at the end of my last stream. Well, that's inconvenient. Option 1, I Ice Beam the Noctowl. I'm gonna Ice Beam the Noctowl. There's no reason for me to surf this right now. This is probably going to go slow, because I don't really want to switch out, but it's also not going to be a risky fight. Or I could just win this next round. I really hope you wake up. Oh, please Dream Eat him. I need him to be awake. Oh, I'm gonna knock this thing out before he wakes up, aren't I? I'm pretty sure that means, I can't remember if Gen 3 that sleep doesn't stick after battle, or if it means they wake up on round 1. I think sleep they wake up on round 1 in Gen 3. Not great. Actually, that's beyond not great. This is not a good lineup for me to be fighting these guys with. Let's see what I can do. What I can do at least. This is such a easy fight. I'm not concerned about it at all. Yeah. It's still gonna hurt. Of course I'd miss. Oh, scary. Kidding me. Game, you've gotta be kidding me. Are you serious right now? Why do you insist on wasting this much time? There's no reason for this. It's not even like in actual Pokemon games where like in a big dungeon you can expect, oh, maybe I should bring some healing items because if I end up caught against the wrong wild Pokemon, they'll knock me out. No, there's no wild Pokemon here. And like if you think about like the Team Rocket base, the Team Galactic bases, the longer ones usually have like some sort of health restoration item. This is dumb. It's easy to forget how like I knew this game was bad about the backtrack. It's egregious sometimes. course, the only way to mitigate it is to grind for extra healing items. At the very least, this should be a pretty straightforward run. Or round. I'm fairly certain I'm going to knock out that Ninetales in one hit just because of the level difference alone. And Hariyama should be able to knock out that Machoke's remaining HP. Now here's the question. I don't remember if you have 4 Pokemon or not, or if you have only 3. You have 4. So you're gonna Zap Cannon next. Well, I would love to let Suicune keep jumping up to like level 58, 59. I should probably pull Suicune back. In my experience, Gawain is also a pretty good partner for Passionlip. Faster Pokemon work better with Passionlip. My slower guys like Dumazid and Caster don't necessarily work well with Passionlip because he's also slow, or she's also slow. And then Pollux works when the type combos are good with Passionlip is fine. When they're neutral, it just leads to Pollux getting knocked out. This is a horrible round for me. Oh no. Okay, Donphan, I can't remember if Donphan's pure ground or normal ground or rock ground. I'm gonna try knocking out that Donphan though. Not quite. Well, that's unfortunate. Okay. I can at least take out this Donphan. You know, I'm still faster. That's sad. I don't really want to do one more round of backtracking, but I think I'm going to need to. Unless you don't fight me. Awful round for this pairing. But I think I can actually make this work though. Wasn't the smartest move. Can I at least fight your brother so I can get the other two Johto starters early? I actually don't think they come back until the post game. That's all the main trainers. Now I have to go backtrack and then register at the front desk. But the front desk is also going to challenge me to a battle. That's also a possibility. But then there's the boss at the front desk too. So who's going? I think the boss is going to challenge me basically as soon as I walk up to that desk. I'm going to heal and I'm going to save. Let that be the last time we have to see this animation play. Yeah, we'll keep that set up. Oh! Oh, the front desk is also challenging me to a fight. How charming! I was joking. I said that thinking, oh, what's the most time-wasting thing the game could possibly make me do? Congratulations, you gave me next to no experience. And you wasted time. Yeah, pretty much. Maybe I'm a little short because I just spent 9 hours doing nothing but battling in preparation for this, for just the final boss. Literally just the final boss. But, yeah. Silva. Who is Silva again? I don't fucking remember. Was he Mount Battle? Kingdom Hearts ass motherfucker. Okay. And that is the area of the final boss. There's going to be a boss fight right as I try to enter the Colosseum rounds. But I'm pretty sure. No. No! This game is shameless. NASCAR, yeah. I don't like you either. You just wasted quite a bit of time. Okay. Disappear with no post-battle dialogue. Get out of here. Again, I was at 11 hours when I played last time. When I ended last time. Hey, it's Mr. Opening Cutscene Man. Team Snag'em. Oh no! They've been in league with Cypher this entire time. Even we haven't interacted with Team Snag'em once since the beginning of the story. This is such a non-character in this story, which is hilarious given the context, like how they open the story up. You can already see how quickly they've jumped the levels up. We were fighting level 40s get earlier. Now we're fighting level 52 and 53. If I hadn't done any grinding, I would have been able to beat... Jesus Christ. I'd have been able to beat the first fight, and then this guy would have come up, and I would have barely won against him, if at all. Yeah, Crawdon's about to go down. This will be most helpful for Hariyama. Or you can use Earthquake. That might knock out Espeon. Or not quite. There's no way Crawdon survives, though. Actually, no. I have stab and advantage and the level height. And a higher level. I should be fine. Not getting that shit free. That's gonna kill Espeon, though. Gamers. Unfortunately, I don't have a Gamers Up sponsorship. Oh, that's a neat Shadow Pokemon. Okay. Not a necessary one because you can get Skarmory in the main game pretty easily, but... Man, it's a good thing Skarmory's a flying type. Well, that Pinscher needs to die. Okay, I'm gonna start chucking that Ultra Ball. Pull back Dumazid for Caster. Otherwise, Doomazid's, I can't do any damage to that Skarmory without killing it. Would have been nice if that flinched. Oof. Oh, and of course you start using Shadow Rush. Right now of all times. Death by firing, so more or less. I need to check on something before I decide what I do next, because I don't want to run all the way back to go buy Pokeballs, but Pokemon Colosseum. Are there any Shadow Pokemon other than the final two bosses of this game after this? Yes, in fact, every trainer after this is going to have a Shadow Pokemon on their team. Okay, I'm gonna go heal and then leave the entire tower, go buy more Pokeballs, because I'm gonna need more Pokeballs if I don't want to, if I want to have any chance at catching the Pokemon coming up. And then we're gonna come back, and this should take about 20 minutes to walk all the way back, because this game loves to waste our time. One thing I do want to do while we're here, though, now that I know for a fact we're not getting the Bayleaf and the Croconaw here, I want to steal some items. I need to go to item storage, don't I? Anyone else have any items? Dragon Fang? I don't have any Dragon types. That's actually useful in Hariyama, but I like having the Quick Claw on him more. Oh no! I'm torn. Ghost type moves. Okay. Oh, I didn't grab the Nevermelt Ice though. Deposit. Oh. You're gonna make me actually pull the Pokemon out of storage here to get the item. Silly me for thinking that I can get away with that. Give that to Suicune, which will make certain Pokemon easier to kill. Alright, and then we're going to walk all the way back. There's all this talk of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl being the slowest game, or Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Gold, Silver, Crystal, Gen 4, or Gen 4 being slow, Gen 2 having a horrible level curve. What if you had a horrible level curve and the game was abysmally slow? Oh, and you also have Gen 6's linearity, too. Just casually biking across Arizona again. Because they only ever sell Pokeballs in this one location in this game. Okay, I'll buy 12 more of these, and that should... Well, it has to take me through the endgame at this point. And then I'm going to buy some healing items in case the fights go real wrong. Oh, they don't sell healing items here. Where do they sell the healing items at? There's only... I guess there's only... The best healing... I guess maybe the Under. The Under is the last town. I know there's a mart in the Under. Oh god, more elevators. Oh, this isn't the shop? I thought that was a Pokemart for some reason. Oh, this is... This is embarrassing. Okay, so I could have swore there was an actual shop here to buy stuff. Was I mistaken? Do I have to go to Fenac City for this? Oh no, there it is. Buy 10 of these. Because 200 should be more than enough HP. Eight of these. And then in the off chance I need it, 3 of these. There we go. My money for the rest of the game with some healing items in case I want to go deal with if some healing items in case I want to do anything to cheese the final boss. The final boss, I don't think the final boss makes use of any specific strategies that hard lock you out of winning the fight. The scariest thing the final boss can do is make slacking a force of nature. But with 2 rounds, so long as I don't really sleep behind the wheel. Oh, does slacking have Earthquake? That could fuck me over. Earthquake is scary. Yeah, slacking has Earthquake, and it might have Earthquake on it. Then never mind on the... Pokémon Colosseum. Let's keep moving. His slacking... Oh, it's not. Does in fact have Earthquake and Bulk Up. Horrifying. Horrifying thought. Okay. So, if I... Rule of thumb here. Dumuzid stays out. It's going to be Dumuzid and T.H.E at the front of the party. Why those two? Because T.H.E is tanky and Dumuzid is needed to knock out Slowking as quickly as humanly possible. I did not need to go this direction. I am preparing for that final fight, even though they are not at the front of my party. I don't know what order the Pokemon are coming out in, but there's a couple things you don't want happening. You don't want slacking using skill swap on, or you don't want slacking being skill swapped by the Slowking. And then there are other things to be wary about in that fight. Like Scizor and Sword Stance and then Baton Pass. Into the slacking, by the way. Same Salamence can Dragon Dance. And then, honestly, Shadow Tyranitar is the least scary thing on that final boss's team. And all of this being like 7 levels above me. Not fun. Okay, I'm gonna quickly go save. And we enter the very last stretch here at around the 2-hour mark of the stream. We're hour 40 into the stream. We enter the final stretch. I can only hope I did enough grinding to not get my ass whipped. The grind continued. Yeah. Yeah, that about describes Colosseum. That Miltank is Shadow, I'm pretty sure. I am going to start with the Surf and pray that Miltank survives it. It very well might not. It did. Okay. Miltank can take another Surf, so I'm going to focus on knocking out that... Jeez Louise. I'm going to focus on knocking out that Zangoose, and then whatever comes after Zangoose. Once again, like, we're in the equivalent of the Elite Four now, and they just went from 52 to 45. The game is purposely really anemic, not anemic, really, like, back and forth about how much it wants you to be getting XP out of this. Like, this isn't hard. This isn't supposed to be hard. It is a scaling back of difficulty if you play the, if you, like, based off the rest of the game up to this point. Alright, we more or less won the fight now. Now we just throw Ultra Balls until I get tired of this. Or until I run out. Cool. It didn't have to be that long. I mean, that fight didn't have to be long. I know that wasn't about how the fight was long. It was about how short that fight lasted. Okay. I think it's literally going to have me do 4 fights and then the boss. And then the final boss. I want to say it's the Absol's the shadow this time. Okay, please do not knock out the Absol. It would suck to miss any shadows, because then that means if I want to come back and get them on my own time, I have to refight the final boss again at some point. Yeah, you just made yourself scary. Oh, they didn't heal me between the fights. I just noticed that. What assholes? Okay. Oh, that's not fun. Alright, we only get one shot at this. I'm gonna throw with you because there's no good reason to stick around with you. You are going to try knocking out that Sharpedo with Flamethrower, even though you're gonna have half damage. Oh, this is gonna suck. That... Is it the Torkoal that's a Shadow Pokemon? No, it's the Houndoom. And I cannot go in guns a-blazing with the Surf Attack. Okay. I am going to try knocking out that Torkoal while I wait for... Yeah. In the end, if I need to, I can sweep this with Takeru, but the lack of healing between rounds is getting me. Admittedly, this is a good way to up the challenge a little bit. I'm sure the plan was to have Torkoal attack Houndoom to get Flash Fire going. I'm actually surprised how fast my Typhlosion is. That Typhlosion has been consistently just my fast. I don't think I've ever had a Typhlosion that fast. Okay, you're doing this then. Pollux might go out this round. Because if that Mighty or if that Houndoom comes out with a bite right here. We're good to go. Want to say we have one more round of battles before we hit the two final bosses. They are giving us a new camera angle on that capsule arriving every single time. Tropius might actually be the Shadow Pokemon here. I'm remembering a Shadow Tropius. That's actually not the worst, I guess. Means I can kind of go crazy with the Surf for a bit, because Tropius will resist it. But it also means Tropius might turn around and knock out T.H.E. Yeah, that was a critical hit. I can Surf to my heart's content until this fight's over. Ah, Dark type. Espeon? Yeah. So long as Pollux is attacking before T.H.E, I'm not actually that... that worked. Because if T.H.E had hit first and somehow killed Vileplume, which wasn't going to happen with the Grass type, but still. If something like that had happened, that would have been, like, disaster mode. This works out for us. Now, I am in a weird range where I could accidentally crit it. We're just gonna pray I don't crit it. Or that I catch it on the first Ultra Ball. Not quite. Oh, eat a dick. Okay, good. I was worried that was going to drag. A catch that has a chance of that hits recoil and can heal itself, that's the worst. Like, that's when you're getting into if you remember Rayquaza in Emerald, where it could use Outrage, start hitting itself, and then also turn around and drop a rest on us. So this guy right here, like, top 10 Pokemon battle themes, let me tell you. Like, it's been years since I've heard this theme. Genuinely, like, oh, I'm excited to hear this again. Thank you for healing my shit. Yeah, I'm gonna play some setup. That's fine. I don't mind you confusing him. The setup is done. You might have just wasted some X specials. Maybe only one. Oh, Gardevoir actually lived. Light screen, please. Damn it. It's fine. I can at least knock out Gardevoir. Who is the more dangerous of the two right now for me? Damn it, Dumazid. That's a physical attack, dummy. And you attacked the one you probably shouldn't have attacked. Well, still, this is gonna suck for Blaziken. Oh, Blaziken survived that. Dumazid, why? What did that do? Dumazid has been confused this entire time. All you did was make it so like he's gonna hit harder when he gets unconfused. And even then, it's only physical attack. It doesn't help me. Dumazid, are you serious? Four times in a row! What was that? I had tremendous plans for you. I'm out here trying to, like, play smart with light screen on this very special-oriented team. And you make me look like an idiot. And this is the reason you want the Master Ball. In case you don't know, Metagross's catch rate is worse than some legendaries. So what we're going to do in this situation is we're going to show off the Master Ball glitch. So that you start by using a Master Ball. You then continue by swapping the Master Ball with literally any other item in your Pokeball inventory. Go back and then do whatever you want. In this case, I'm switching to Passion Lip, because Passion Lip can hit Wall Rain really, really hard. That just saves me 30 minutes of screaming at my screen about Metagross's catch rate. Ha! Pokemon said no to LGBT, apparently. Attract is such a funny move. I told y'all, that track was an earworm. Like, I sometimes close my eyes and I just hear that track in my head. Remember this guy? The guy that appeared for 5 seconds at the beginning of the game? Number 2? Twist villain. Who also has to change his design entirely for some reason. Even the soundtrack is kind of disappointed at how underwhelming that twist was. Oh, hey, look at that. We're starting with slacking. Horrifying. Absolutely, utterly horrifying. Doomazit's too slow for this. I can get him out next round if Slocking knocks something out, but my prediction is he's going to go for the Earthquake. Throw out Passion, because if Passion Lip survives, Passion Lip's in a good spot to do some real damage to Slacking. I'm actually fine with Slacking being first out. And if Passion Lip dies, I throw out Doomazit, who stuns it. Alright. This is actually a very strong opening to the fight for me. Look at that, though. Like, we were fighting level 50, like, mid-50s earlier, and now we open with level 60s. That Scizor is going to try baton passing, by the way. Thank you. Glad that didn't get the baton pass. I need to knock out Slacking this round. Imagine a Salamence swapped in with baton pass. Do not miss cross chop. Thank God. That could have been horrible. Okay. Ice Beam you. Passion Lip. You did your job. I'm just gonna see if I can't really hurt Machamp here quickly. Okay, you just wasted a round for X attacks. Okay. T.H.E doesn't actually have a lot he could do here left. And I kind of prefer to save him. But that Machamp might throw out an Earthquake. I think I just heal Slowking if Slowking has the wrong ability. So we're just going to try knocking out that Machamp before I swap anything in. Okay, no, I just barely tap him. Skill swap's not scary anymore. That's that Slowking's main purpose. Okay, that Machamp's gonna hurt someone bad. Yeah. That's about what I expected. Okay, now here's the question. Who comes out? T.H.E can knock out Machamp next round, so I don't need to worry about Machamp getting another X attack field punch off. I should worry about that slacking. Or Slowking. Thunder. Get rid of Cotton Spore. Thunder works really well with this, specifically this setup I'm working with right now. Oh, I might have just killed the final boss's Pokemon. No, I've already used Surf. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm safe. Okay, I think, is that his last Pokemon? Are we already at the end of the fight? I got really, really lucky this fight. Like, unbelievably lucky at this fight. Normally you don't get that lucky with this fight where he throws out Slacking separate from Slowking and doesn't manage to get a setup going first. Okay. Now we play a fun game. T.H.E is going to Rain Dance to get rid of that Sandstorm effect. Dumuzid is going to swap out to something that can effectively chip damage that Tyranitar. I've won, and in an absolute worst case scenario, at this point, I could throw a Master Ball and end the game. I'd rather not for the integrity of it, because I used the Master Ball in the Metagross fight, technically, but still. As you can see, the Master Ball is right here now. This should also get the chance for Tyranitar to flinch. Ooh, I thought my luck for this fight was going to really, really push it. That would have been a, that would have been true luck. Honestly, Metagross probably should have been the final Shadow Pokemon. Tyranitar is actually a little bit underwhelming, because Tyranitar is not a very good Pokemon. And its catch rate isn't nearly as bad as Metagross's. It's still rough, but it's not Metagross bad. Like, I'm getting shakes and I'm not even in the yellow yet. Oh, you actually are doing Thunder. Okay. I can push a little more before I'm not comfortable with the, with it. But I'm gonna throw up this Reflect just to protect my Pokemon a little bit. Since now he's trying to do all these Shadow Rushes, I'm being real careful about chipping. Okay, we're... Tyranitar, I'd appreciate it if you didn't take yourself all the way to the red. Alright, now you're really pushing it. And my reflect wore off. I'm surprised that took so long to actually land the paralysis. Okay. Are you gonna take me this slow, Tyranitar? Okay, I can go one more before I have to chuck the Master Ball or call, or else Tyranitar is going to kill itself. At next round, if I can't get if it doesn't go in this Pokeball and Tyranitar lands another Shadow Rush, I'm just going to throw the Master Ball. So close. Okay, we're throwing the Master Ball. I'll just Master Ball glitch this one, because I don't really want to... Because I've won the fight. There's just not a lot I can do to stop it from killing itself now. There's just the difference between me having to replay this portion of the game if I ever want to 100% this on my own time, really. Your ultimate Pokemon was kind of weak, actually. Yeah, I got a bit too lucky with that fight. Normally, that fight goes a lot worse, even if you're caught up. He has some pretty good strategies there. The AI just kind of didn't know what to do with starting with Slacking. Slacking is normally the ace that you're building up to. You have Scizor, use Swords Dance, and then Baton Swap into Slacking, who then gets Skill Swap by Slowking. And that usually makes him next to unstoppable. And that's Pokemon Colosseum. That was a tedious grind with way too much backtracking, not enough customizability. Like, I knew my team immediately when I decided I was going to play this game. And it is short except for the parts where you're grinding. I love this game. It's so fun to go back to. Just, it's jank. It's very jank. Honestly, not worth playing if you didn't grow up with it. I actually like XD a lot more in Colosseum. XD is actually paced and structured, like in terms of repetitiveness, a lot closer to original Pokemon. So I would replay XD in a heartbeat, just not immediately after Colosseum. Next thing that we're playing on the channel is actually a complicated answer to that. So there's the next thing that's going to be on the channel for me is actually just going to be a lot of FGO. Like pretty much the rest of July and most of August is probably going to be FGO. Honestly, maybe even going into September it'll be FGO. Because the next thing I plan to stream on the channel in terms of non-FGO content is actually going to be Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave. I'm going to try to play at least one route of Fortune's Weave. I'm only giving myself about 2.5 months to play it. By the time I hit like mid-December, I would like to be moving on to the next game. But I do want to at least give a shot at playing Fortune's Weave on the channel. If I don't feel like it's a good fit, I'll end early or I'll stop playing early. Just play the rest of the route off stream. And I'm probably going to play one route off stream anyways, on my own time. But we're actually going to be a little topical with that one. I might even see if I can swing it so I can play it on release day. As for what's after that, because Fortune's Weave is kind of one of those slot-in games, the next sort of planned game that's not topical is actually probably going to be Trails in the Sky first. I was thinking about it, and if I start Trails in the Sky first in late December, mid to late December, early January, I should be able to finish it in time to have a small break, and then if I want to play something else, come back with Trails in the Sky second, finish that, and I might actually be able to finish that just in time for when Trails in the Sky third would come out. If I enjoy Trails in the Sky first, obviously. If not, yeah, you can forget Trails in the Sky second and third being on the channel. That's kind of the plan for the next. I do want to actually do the Trails games, and if I enjoy it enough, I might even do like a video on them. Because it is rare that I'm like, honestly, if I'm actually playing a JRPG on the channel, like a real JRPG, not DLC, and if I'm going in blind, there's a not zero chance I end up turning it into a video, just because that is kind of my bread and butter as far as gaming goes. I often have a lot to say about that. What's my PDA saying? I'm not actually going to play the post game. Okay, so yeah. Alright. Yeah, I just got done saving. I can exit, right? Because if I exit the building now, I'm pretty sure I get challenged to a fight that I don't really want to do. No, okay, good. I'll check my PDA in a second. I want to go to Fenax City. So, what's going to happen next with the... So Pokemon, like, obviously, you can probably tell, Pokemon is like a very good filler game for me. It doesn't take me as many streams to get through. Usually, like, this was 4 streams. Normally, I can get through like 4 to 8 or 4 to 6 streams. Pokemon is done. A little bit less than your average, game I'm playing on the channel. I actually do want to, over time, slowly build my way up through the modern Pokemon games. Next time I play Pokemon will probably be Pokemon Fire Red. I'll probably emulate it so I can do speed ups like I did with Emerald, even though I have Fire Red for the Switch 2 as well. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll do the Switch 2 version so I can have do trade stuff and home stuff with it immediately. Either way, though, as we keep moving forward, I'm actually going to start migrating Pokemon up. I might copy the save file to do that. like because I can, thanks to the wonders of emulation technology. Um, but like you'll probably see me pull the Colosseum and Emerald teams up into eventually once we eventually get done with Platinum, you'll see those teams migrated there. That way, if I want to do any post game content in Platinum, I can. Same with Emerald. If I ever decide to go do Battle Frontier on Emerald on the channel, just as a fun little side thing, because I feel like playing Battle Frontier for some reason, I'll have my XD team available to me as well for that. And the same is eventually the plan is I send it to Black and White and do Black and White 2 eventually, and obviously Heart Gold, Soul Silver as well. And once all that's done, I'm going to use the fact that I'm going to use a fan server to transfer my team from Black and White to a legitimate copy and move everything up to the modern games where we lose the emulator. It's kind of a fun idea I had. Obviously, that all falls apart if transfer gets discontinued, which is always a possibility. That's on the Pokemon side, though. That's on the Pokemon side. Okay, I'm gonna get out of Pokemon here. Well, I gotta go save. Final clock time about 22 hours. Bearing in mind, 9 of those hours were spent grinding off camera. I would not have been able to beat that without grinding. Only reason I beat that at all was because I was able to quickly clear out the Pokemon he should not have sent out when he did. As for like channel plans in the immediate future, let me pull up a calendar here. Where's my phone? Because I do want to quickly talk about what's coming up on the channel. T.H.E has videos all throughout this week coming up. If you look at the community post, we actually have 3 videos this week. One of which already went up was T.H.E is off the shelf. We have a Reacts coming on the 15th. And on the 17th, we have off the shelf for One Piece. T.H.E says she has videos planned out through August. I only see videos 1 a week for the next couple weeks. I don't know if that's part of her schedule plan or not. We are caught up now, I think. So I think we are back to 1 a week for a bit, outside of the occasional extra FGO video. But T.H.E is probably the earliest T.H.E is going to be back is the first week of August. And something tells me she's not going to be, because she's going to be jet lagged to hell and back when she's because she's going to be in New York during that week visiting a friend. So you may or may not see T.H.E stream Avalon the Fae at odd hours during the first week or 2 of August. But until T.H.E comes back and tells me she's streaming FGO, my plan is to go a little bit hard on the extra streams. This week I have the extra CL stream, which will also become an interlude stream most likely, because I guess if you missed it at the start of the stream, I will be starting stream early Wednesday. I'll put in an announcement once I decide the time. It's either going to be 6:30 or 7. And then next week, since we're done with Pokemon Colosseum, it's just going to be FGO streams next week. I plan to stream Monday and one other day. I actually need to figure out what day I'll be streaming next week. It'll either be Thursday or I might have an extra day to stream FGO Wednesday again because of something going on work-wise for me, where I have a little extra time. And then obviously following that, you will kind of get the extra FGO stream. But the week after that's actually JP's anniversary. And JP's anniversary, I don't know if I'm going to stream FGO that Monday, since we're done with Colosseum. Because I'm going to be streaming both the 31st and the 1st in the evening. And during one of those streams, we're going to have some downtime where we have nothing to do but FGO. So at that time, we'll just be basically powering through some FGO stuff. But by my predictions, FGO's Ordeal Call 3 should be dropping the 29th of July. So I'll be getting properly started with that on probably the 31st. We'll see. I need to look at the timing of it all. Look at the times for the different. Maybe I won't be starting. I don't know actually. That Friday I might not be starting FGO stuff depending on the panel times. But for sure the Saturday going into Sunday, we'll be streaming some late night FGO, and then that'll probably be where Ordeal Call starts as well. I'm doing streams for anniversary stuff on the first and second. And then all of August is going to be Ordeal Call 3. I plan to try keeping up with streaming pretty well during Ordeal Call 3. And yeah, that'll encompass pretty much everything up till Fortune's Weave comes out. By then, I should be able to finish Ordeal Call 3. How's my heart doing with the burger? Not great. I might actually break from my usual. Normally, I go to the gym before I start stream. I wasn't going to the gym before stream. I didn't have enough time after cooking this evening. I might go to the gym after stream because I still feel guilty about that burger. That burger was the worst thing I've ever had health wise. Like, it was greasy. It was like, the burger had like the external taste of bacon, but because it was a bacon cheeseburger, it had bacon and cheese on the outside as well. So you're biting into it. You just have, it's like the best bacon cheeseburger I've ever had. Oh my God. That was like, there's no way that didn't shave off 10 years of my life. There's no way it didn't. So I need to go to the gym after this stream, to be honest. Yeah. Yeah, it means I probably need to get off stream soon. All right. Well, I'm going to get going. Yo, I hope you have a good one. I will see you on Wednesday for some CL rolls. Good luck to anyone also working on those CL rolls. I'll probably see the results of that in the Discord before my stream, I'm sure. But yeah, have a good one. Bye, guys.